Hello, good morning, guys, and welcome back to our video tutorial. I try to give you guys a day to relax a little bit and go through these things, and it's a very good thing. So today we are going to talk about chapter 11, which will talk about build small network. So we have a lot of things to discuss here, but then I'll just be as precise as I can, so that I don't take much time here, because all the rest you guys can read it. So I'll just have few things that are very important for me to discuss. I'll discuss them. Others are some are already discussed in other chapters already, so I'll just pass those ones. So it will just be a quick recap, a very fast one. We should have a practical for this one, that is SSH configuration. So, but I will leave that one later, so that when we are done with this one, and then maybe tomorrow I can do that configuration, and we do the configuration and verification together. Then I will tell you on the video what we will do, sorry, on the WhatsApp page what we will do. Okay, so let's start. So part of the objectives of this chapter is that we talk about the network design itself, and then we talk about network security, we talk about basic network performance, and then we talk about network troubleshooting. So these are the four parts that we're going to discuss today, and I am sure that you guys have this already, so we can start from there. So we have small network topologies, small network topologies can be you can just have a single router, a switch, and other laptops and computers on your network. So majority of businesses are small, and they typically require small network consisting of single just a router, like I explained, and then few devices. So all that you will not need to do is your router connect to the ISP using DSL or using any other form to the ISP. Then all other things are okay. So you can the way you can manage a small network is the same as the way you can manage a large network. So it all starts with small to medium to large. So if you have a small network, you are able to manage it. If you go to a large network, I'm sure you'll be able to do that. So when you are selecting devices for a network functionality, or for a start of a network, these are a few things that you need to put at the back of your mind. That it is you have to think about the cost, regardless of the size of the network. You have to think about these few things: the cost, the speed and types of ports or interfaces, the expandability, and operating system features and services. So one have to be very careful whenever you are dealing with networks. So first you have to put this, and should have a kind of inventory, thinking about, do I have the money, what type of watts of device, the speed of the device that I need to work on, and the type of switches or routers, are they modular or fixed devices. You need to know that. So, and also the operating system. So IP addressing for a small network is the same as IP addressing for a large network. So you need to do planning. Proper planning is what is important. So all hosts with an internet network must have a unique IP address. So different types of device will factor into IP address or IP design, including we have end devices use IP addresses, servers and peripherals would have IP address, hosts that are accessible from the internet, and intermediary device. So planning and documenting your IP address scheme would help you as an administrator to be able to monitor your network and track device types and so on and so forth. So we also have in a network what we call redundancy. Redundancy is to provide a backup. Okay, so whatever you have, you need to have a standby. So let's say, for instance, in our bad country like the Gambia, where we have NAWEC, we are unfortunate that we have NAWEC as our electricity supplier. So normally they goes on and off. So if you have generator or you have inverter, whatever, as soon as they goes off, this thing comes back up. So you continue. So if you go to all serious companies, they have backup power, so that if NAWEC goes out at any time, they have a redundant power that covers it. So that's what the redundancy means. It's a backup. You have a server, you try to have another server that will connect to it directly, so that server will serve as a backup. If this server goes down, that server will take off. You have a switch, you have two switches. If this switch is not working, traffic will be going through the other switch. You have two routers. If one of the routers is faulty, all traffic will be redirected to the other router. So that way your network is fully functional. It provides what? Fault tolerance. Okay. So there are four types of redundancies. We have, like in this topology here, we have a redundancy for cable, that is the links. We have redundancy for server, we have for switch, and we have for routers. So If any of these fail, the other one will continue. We'll make sure the work is to continue. Now, traffic management also, when you are configuring your network, you need to think about prioritizing your traffic. There are some traffics, there are some communications that are time sensitive. You need to give them high priority, and some are not that sensitive. So you may be asked in an exam, if you have a situation like this: voice, video, SMTP, you have instant messaging, and you have FTP, file transfer. Which one do you do first? So you'll have to arrange it. So if there's video and voice, or if there's only voice, SMP, instant message, and FTP, you will have to choose voice over SMTP over instant messaging, and instant messaging over FTP. These are because voice is time sensitive. It uses UDP. It does not wait. It cannot wait for any long, because video also is time sensitive. Emails are not that time sensitive, but they're also better in terms of how to call it, genuineness. And also instant messaging also is, you use it in companies. So obviously, if all of these happen to be on the same network, now they'll have to give each other time. So if you have this many traffics going on at the same time, and they need to be on a queue, the important part is that you have to set your devices so they give priority to voice, video, and next SMTP. So it has to be like, for instance, you're on a street, when an ambulance comes, it has a higher priority, and you have to be given a path or a pathway to pass quickly. Even though there are multiple cars on the road, they will have to find a way to get the ambulance past.